Come on in. Come on in. How's everybody doing today? Today's going to be a fun day. We're going to jump inside of Unity, and we're going to take a look at one of the levels that's actually exterior and interior, which I'm really, really excited about because in order to light something exterior, you're going to have a directional light. But interior lights or interior lighting doesn't usually have directional light. And so it's going to be a bit of a challenge. Oh, by the way, I wanted to say a huge welcome to Nikolai, Matthew, Susan, Mitchell, Murthy, Robert, Derek, Oliver, Paul. We also have some new students that are on the list here. Zarian, Arthur Key, Alessandro Marinelli. Who else here? I'm looking down my list here. Lots of people signed up yesterday for the full-time game dev course. And this, obviously, guys, this supports our channel as I continue to make games. But more importantly, it does support the students who actually purchased the course. Yes, it's a premium course, but it is what, in my opinion, probably the most comprehensive course. Also, Mitchell, did I mention Mitchell? I did. Susan, yeah, I mentioned all those. Okay, good. All right, so if you want to join Full-Time Game Dev, quick sponsored ad read here. This is my own course, so I'm sponsoring myself. It is 50% off. Again, we've just got 5 days left and 21 hours. So if you want to join the program for the New Year's sale and make 2024 the year you become a full-time game developer, obviously I can't make any promises. I can just tell you what I've done. And what I've done, well, is signed with 4 publishers throughout my career. I've also done 2 Kickstarter campaigns. Every single time I do this, I make money before I finish my game. And I pay the bills, right? I pay the bills, I pay my mortgage, and I teach you how to do that in this program. You also learn Unity and also Godot and Unreal. You can pick to choose those as well. It's all free with the paid program. If you want to do what Lord Grimm did here, which went full-time with the publisher, or you want to do it with my buddy, and, well, he's my buddy now, but he used to be a student, Chris. If you want to do what Chris did, raised over $100,000 on Kickstarter, check out the program here, and hopefully it's going to teach you what you need to know. I think it's a great program. Join over 4,200 students. I believe we have 4,200 students worldwide. And if you're a student, let us know in the program or in the chat what you think about the program. All right, guys, let's jump inside of Unity. I will see ya on the other side. By the way, guys, feel free to download my free 2D game kit below. It's totally free. It's my treat to you. I used this exact 2D game kit to make a game for PewDiePie in 14 days, and then I got to play it in front of his subscribers, which was really awesome. So download that. Use it however you want. It's my treat to you. Yeah. Okay. Come on in. Come on in. How are we doing today? Rob the Mod, Chedev, Bad Tunes, DeathCloud Games. Always DeathCloud. DeathCloud is always showing up in the chat. Welcome. Okay, let me show you guys what we're working on today. This is really fun. Today's tasks are, well, we're going to do some more texture work like we did yesterday, and we're also going to do some cinematic lighting. I kind of want to start with cinematic lighting today, okay? So you might see this scene here and think, well, that looks like cinematic lighting. Well, it's good, but it's not cinematic, okay? It's not dramatic, okay? So we're going to create some dramatic lighting here. Now, the first problem we have is actually we have a directional light that is on when we're inside. When we turn it off, you can see why we might want to turn it off, okay? So we've currently written a script that while we're inside, the directional light is turned off. But the moment we go outside to the exterior, which is way over here, when we go to the exterior, the directional light will turn on, okay? So that's what we're gonna do here. Let's hit play so you can see what we've got currently. Okay, let's see if it works. Okay, good. I don't see any directional lights. That's great. Awesome. Okay, so it doesn't look super cinematic. It looks realistic. By realistic, I mean it's just like realistic lighting. but we could probably make this look more cinematic. The way that I'm going to do this, I'm going to actually add some directionality. Where is my elevator? Let's go to our spawn point A. Spawn point A. There it is. Okay, so there's the elevator. Being able to navigate around Unity is so important when you're working on a 3D game. If you can't quickly navigate a scene, it can get really overwhelming. So just be sure you guys are practicing like you were driving stick, and it'll become second nature. Okay, so I want some directionality here, so I'm actually going to turn this off. So we have a prefab that's called off. Turn that off. Okay, let's make this look a little bit more cinematic. This is cool, I guess, right? We have a little point light here. So one way to make this cinematic, well, this is what I've been teaching for the last week or 2 weeks. When you're making more cinematic lighting with your game, find a focal point, but also try and create long shadows, especially in a horror game. So this wouldn't necessarily make long shadows. We can try. So this feels a little bit more cinematic, okay? But it's not really creating long shadows. That's cool. I like that. Yeah, that's kind of cool already. So that's, honestly, that's close to what we want. An alternative would be to dim that significantly and then turn on only one light from the left. Okay, again, I talk about three-point lighting a lot. Three-point lighting is when I have a light over here, right? I have a light right here, and it's creating this beautiful Thomas face. Thomas's face isn't always beautiful. It's only beautiful right now because of that light. We're creating this shadow on this side. So if we can create that effect in our scenes, things are going to look more dramatic and more interesting. Okay, so that's why I'm going to turn this light on. So we have an interior variant, turn that on. And let's see if we can turn this down significantly like it was. Just so it kind of has a subtle effect. But right here, yeah, I'm feeling this. I think this is what we want to do. Crank up the intensity and the range. Ah, yes. Much more dramatic here. Drop the intensity down. And I think that might be what we want to do. And sometimes you got to kind of move that light out of the way, because if it's directly against that wall, it's not going to look cool, or it's not going to fill in all these areas here. Okay, let's kill some of that. No, we're going to keep the shadows. Just remember, guys, we're going to be using mixed lighting. Okay, so mixed lighting is going to fill in all these harsh, dark shadows. Okay, we're not going to worry about it right now, but just know that this dark shadow here is going to be much more filled in, because this will be a mixed light when all is said and done. Okay, so let's see here. This is how it's going to look when we come out. See, do you guys see the difference here? Maybe we can go back in time. Okay, this is what it was. Okay, pretty cool. This is what I'm thinking. More drama. Okay. I like it. All right. So there's something over here, I believe. No. Okay, we're good. Let's go ahead and make our way through to the next room. Okay. This is the throne room. And I'm not going to spoil anything related to the story, so just don't worry about it. What exactly a throne room is, but let's go ahead and think about the focal point here. Okay, that's what I always do. Anytime I go to a new room, I think, what's the focal point for the lighting here? Well, I don't think it's this. I think I want to where the throne is. We haven't made the throne yet, so we've just got a big chair. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, I'm going to kill it. Okay, nice and dark. I kind of like those. Those are kind of cool, I guess. So I'm not going to kill those. But we're going to crank up the lighting here. We're going to go almost unrealistic. Okay. Maybe drop the range, increase the range, and then drop it down a bit. And let's go to real time and turn it down, the shadows. Just sort of test this out. We have a yellow light there for some reason. What is that? It's that spotlight. So I don't know if I like this. I think actually we're going to put it right here. Yeah. So let's go back in time. And I don't like mixing colors of light. Okay. So right now we have a point light, our spotlight pointed down, and it's definitely cool, but it's causing the pink light. It's causing conflict between the two colors. And so what I want to do here is kill this light. So I'm just going to turn it off. Replace it with an off prefab. Okay? Okay, that looks good. That's fine, I guess. I like this. So maybe what we could do is, we have 2 point lights. I don't think we need that one. What is this one? That's a baked point light. Okay. There we go. Let's create some drama here. Nice. Increase the range ever so subtly. I like to create vignettes in my interiors. So basically the sharp corners are dark, but everything else is sort of softly kissing the walls. Okay. And yeah, if you're curious, the artwork here is done by Felipe. Felipe is our 3D artist. He's done an incredible job. And so I'm going in and playing the lighting guy and just setting up all the lighting. These green lights, they're very cool. The problem is I kind of like these purple ones better. You know? So I wonder if what we want to do is take these. Can I make them purple? We have a pink variant. That's off. Yeah, the green, I guess it's fine. Yeah, but let's go ahead and kill some of them. We don't need all these. Okay, so let's kill this one. And actually, I want to swap them out. So we've got Lamp Castle Round Blue variant. Okay, so let's take this one here. I don't like having a... Yeah, there we go. I don't like having 3 colors in a scene. I just want 2. There it is. And I'm going to shift them over just a little bit. There we go. All right, so now we have 2 color schemes in this level, or in this scene. We have this greenish color, and then we have this pink color. Okay. Cornet says, "How was your first year working in Unity?" It was horrible. It was really, really bad. It was really hard for me to figure out how the engine communicates with itself. It is really difficult to learn. Hey Hector, how you doing, guys? Welcome Hector to the chat. Hector's our producer for the YouTube channel, and he helps out with the online course and email and social media. And he does some sound work for the game as well, because he's a really good sound designer. Okay, so that looks cool. Those shadows will get filled in. Let's see here. Yeah, some of these we need to kill. There's just too many. So I'm going to kill this one. And by kill, I just mean we're going to turn them off. Right? We're not actually going to remove them from the wall, because then we'll remove some detailing. One there, and then maybe we'll do one over here. I like to create sort of an offset lighting look. Turn that one off. Now, here's something to be... You know what? I think this room is fine. I don't hate it. I think we're good to go. Okay, so if we go up here, let's just keep scrubbing around, guys, and find out any lighting that we want to change. Okay, let's keep going. These, I think there's a little too many up here, so let's kill one of them. And again, we're going to be using mixed lighting, so a lot of these shadows are going to get filled in. Good. Okay, over here we have an issue, which is this is just way too dark, right? So what I'm going to do is actually take this lever, and I've been doing this throughout the game. We're going to take the light from the lever and let it be used to sort of fill in areas of the level. See how cool that is now? So now we can see a lot better. These, We're going to increase the intensity of that emissive. Okay, good. Now they look a lot more electrical, which is what we really need. Ooh, this looks cool. Oh, nice. I like this. This isn't bad. Good, good, good. Okay. Let's keep going here and take a look over the... There's a wall, I believe, where you exit. There it is. It's down here. Well, hang on. Let's see here. Where is the hidden wall? I think it's this painting. Yeah. Went straight through Charlotte's beautiful eyes. Okay. This is kind of cool. I like this room here. Cool. Okay. Good. 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 Okay. So now we're in the exterior, right? Now you notice, let's make sure we save here. The directional light is turned off. So we're going to turn it on. It should be on at least in edit mode here. Okay. So our directional light, I really, really wish we could do some kind of a clouds cookie, but I'm not going to worry about it because we're making an indie game here. What is going on here? That's weird. Is that normal map? Let's turn off the normal map. Yeah, I think it's fine. Hey, Salty. What are my thoughts on the whole Unity situation that went down a couple months back? I think Unity was retarded the way they handled everything. I think it was a really bad move. I think that I'm glad they got new leadership. And I think that they would have to be really silly to do that again. All right. So those are my thoughts. Yeah, they scared a lot of devs for sure. They did. Okay, so I don't really like how that light looks there. These windows, the lighting is just... I want it to feel more like it's an ambient occlusion. I'm sorry, indirect lighting. So I'm going to just sort of bring up the range a little bit, drop down the intensity. Yeah, I like that. So let's do that. All right. Do I think that Unity is going to pull that again? Try and pull that again? I really don't, guys. And I know that sounds... What's the word? It sounds like I'm naive. I'm not naive. I just don't think they're going to try and pull that again. Because of just how dangerously close they got to getting destroyed. Window is kind of glowing here, and I don't know if I like it. Okay, that's cool, I guess. It doesn't look real, does it? I don't know. Anon says Castlevania vibes for sure. Yeah, definitely trying to get some Castlevania vibes here. This red curtain here, I kind of feel like it needs to be dark. Just black. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's figure out what to do with the lighting here. I mean, there's not much we can do with the exterior lighting other than just trust that the directional light looks decent. I mean, it's fine. It's not my favorite, the directional light, but it does what it needs to. That's cool. That's cool. What do we got in here? Okay, so this is really bland. So let's see here. I feel like that needs to be... Yeah, we're gonna make this way less bland. There's a weird lighting issue going on there. Mixed lighting will help with that. Okay, so let's make this a lot more interesting. This is a great situation to show you guys why we're actually going through the game and making these lighting changes. And nobody did anything wrong here, right? It's not like we created this and we're like, oh man, we have to go back and fix everything. This is like flat lighting. It's just generic lighting placed throughout the level. No lighting expert has gone through and changed things to make things look more unique. And you don't want to do that while you're doing the level design. You want to do it while you're doing the set dressing. So that's what we're doing right now. Yeah, we probably need more texture here for the walls. I'm going to create a texture for this wall, actually. You know what? Let's do that. Guys, let's jump into that. So let's see here. If we go to Pro Builder and we grab a face here. Good. So Felipe's the level designer. He's created these faces here that are 8 units tall. So that means we can go ahead and create a cool variation here of texture for these brick walls. So let's do that. And that's actually on my task list for every chapter. Every chapter I'm going to create like 3 different textures that are very reminiscent of the theme of each level. Remember, it's a theme park. And so this is kind of like Cinderella's castle. Okay? So we have our castle wall. Let's see here. There it is, castle brick. So I'm going to go ahead and make the texture here. I'm going to duplicate it. We're going to call this Block Bear Albedo, but it's going to be Block Bear. What is something that feels like Cinderella? When you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are. So we could do a star. That could be cool. So let's type in star. Also a flower. We can do a flower. Hey Thomas, are you thinking of making a DLC of this game? Oh, I have an idea for one, I'll tell you. Actually, I won't tell you. So, sorry. I do, yes, I have an idea. Okay, so first things first is I want to add a little bit of a... Watch, you're going to love this. A little bit of a shadow here. Burnt, and then burnt. And now it makes it look like there's sort of an overlay of bricks, so it's sort of inset, right? That's cool enough. And then also what we could do is one final one here. Of a darkness, just to make it look like it's inset. And I could show you guys if you want to see why this is so valuable. Already, it's going to make things look more unique. So we have our star. Oh, castle wall. There it is. Castle brick star. And we're going to take this brick star and we're going to put it right here. There we go. And then I'm going to go ahead and select with Pro Builder. What is that? Hang on. That's not good. Let's go to Pro Builder here. Tools, Pro Builder. And yes, we are using Pro Builder in a very, very, very limited capacity. And what I mean by that is just the walls. Just the walls. Arches, windows, doors, corner pieces, pillars, any set dressing, that's all Blender. But when it comes to these flat, straight walls to block in your level, we're going to be using see how this looks. Here we go. Good. All right. So we have our castle brick star. And we need to make sure we throw in the proper texture. For some reason it's not there. There it is. So already you could see why it might be valuable to create something like this. Because now it looks like there's more going on the wall, right? That's pretty cool. I think it's a little too intense. There we go. So just have a very subtle, maybe even a little bit darker here. There we go. Yep, I told you guys. It's just smart. I'm just telling you. And you can see Felipe's created some insetting here in 3D, but you can sort of finish, or what's the word? You can continue that motif, but it's cheaper on the GPU and also on the level designer or the set dresser. So I wonder what would happen if we put that texture all on this. Okay. So you can see it'll properly loop here, and now we've got just some cool texturing going on. Again, it's farther away from the player, so they're going to look up and just get a sort of flavor of it. That's all it's for. Okay. Next, we want to do is let's just throw in some sort of cool, maybe like an emblem of a star or something. Maman Hassan, I don't know what you're saying. I love you, but can you just chill? And if anybody's in the chat that's a mod, feel free to silence Maman Hassan. Okay, let's do star. Let's see what we got. Something it needs to look Disney. Okay, it doesn't need to look Kirby. It needs to look Disney. Do you think that if I partner with 2 more people, we can get the game triple fast? Yeah, and you'll also make 1/3 of the amount of income you would had you not. So you just have to keep that in mind. I'm not saying don't do it, but you just need to think about it. Okay. Star is fine. Oh, that's the one. That's the one. So we're gonna do like a star emblem made out of gold. And I think you guys are gonna be surprised what you could accomplish inside of Photoshop with a albedo, normal map, metallic map, etc. Okay. So how do we make it look sharp? My theory is expand by 30 units. There we go. All right, so we have this sort of sharp golden emblem. Yeah, that's good. Okay, let's do a color overlay. Rose gold. We're going to do like rose gold here. Windowsills and decorative trim. All right, so far so good. We're going to do another inset of 30 units. Maybe let's do 70. There we go. And you guys are going to be surprised by this. This is really cool, actually. What you can do is just do a little bit of a pulse on each side. Let's invert it first. And it's going to look like it's inset with a frame. Okay. The same is true if we add a stroke. If I merge this together really quick here and do a stroke on the outside, this could be another piece of framing. Okay. I can copy that, go back in time, and this is going to be like a beveled golden edge. Okay. And if I do an inner shadow, let's think here. Let's see how it looks just shape-wise here. It's not horrible. Yeah, I think we might want to go a little bit smaller. But yeah, I think it's gonna work. But let's go ahead and kill these though, or these down here. We don't want those. It'll make sense, I promise, guys. Okay. So again, we're just trying to create more flavor for this wall because it's very flat. Okay, so this is gonna be castle brick. So just drag it on there. There we go. And so now we have this sort of Walt Disney star. I actually really like it. I think it's pretty cool. So we're going to take all of this, group it together, and go a little bit smaller. And just to make it feel like it's, actually architecturally sound, we're going to make a little screw here, right? With an inner shadow, yeah. And then do an overlay of something like, I don't know, something like this. And then when we add shine to it and decay, it'll actually look pretty good. Yeah, we're getting there. We'll add a height map to it as well. All right, let's do a little bit of a drop shadow. There we go. You could also call this ambient occlusion if you wanted. Okay. Okay, good. It's sticking out a little bit more. The next thing is I'm curious what would happen if we did this. And then drop down the opacity. Yeah, that feels more Disney. Sweet. Okay, let's give it some normal mappage and some grime and dirt. So what could we do here? Well, when in doubt, just grab some of the texture from your brick. Why not? And just stick it on over there. If we open this up here, merge these together. I'm going to grab that one right here. It just gives us a little bit of detailing that we need to add to make it look like grimy rest. Okay. So if we take this, actually the opacity, let's keep it full, and we're going to do a color overlay of gray underneath it, so it looks like it's sort of fading a little bit closer to, there we go. And then I'm going to take all of this, convert it to a smart object, and I'm going to add that grime over top of it and set it to overlay. Maybe multiply. Oh, there we go. Good, we're getting there. We're getting there. And it's just for something you could put up towards the top there. I think the drop shadow might be a little bit much. So let's remove that and then see what it looks like here. It's a little bit better here. All right. Good. Now I'm going to add a little bit of a lip. I'm trying to think here, what would I want to do here? Actually, I'm going to do this. Watch this, guys. If I do this, and then bring this here and bring this here, let me show you what it does. I can make this look like it's just a single lip. Okay, this here, we can delete that. There we go. That's better. That's a lot better. This one up the top, though, is a little much. And by the way, if you're just joining us, just remember you can join full-time game dev below. It's 50% off for the next 6 days. You can join 4,200 students. It's a lot. 4,200 students and join on their game dev journey for 2024. And hey, maybe this is the year you make game dev your full-time job. All right, let's see here. What do we got? Hey, it's working. I think that I have an idea. I'm going to take that drop shadow. I'm going to turn it off. Okay. And I'm actually going to simply, I'm going to do a little bit of experimentation here with just the lasso tool. It feels weird that it's not sharp, you know? I don't know why it's bothering me so much. So we're going to make it sharp, and then we're going to make it look 3D with some skills. Okay? Now, if you want to do this, you have to have skills. If you don't have skills, you're not going to be able to do this. So let me show you what skills are involved. Y'all ready? Almost there. Hang tight. You'll love it. You really will. Okay, that looks better already. There we go. Good. Matches the game. Now, we've got the height maps, we got the normal maps, we got all that we got to deal with. So that's why it looks so weird right now. So hang tight. And that we can probably remove. Let me show you how we can make this look 3D. Oh, look. We need to get that piece there. Yeah, it looks so much better with it being sharp. Save that. Let's crank up the contrast a little bit. And now let's go ahead and add in, this is going to be really cool, let me show you. If we want it to look like it's almost a diamond, you could do this. Can we do that? Select inverse. Set that to overlay. Can we do this? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Copy that, paste it, flip it. Cool, now it looks like a weird metal. Yeah, there we go. All right, good, good, good. And we'll give it a shine and some normal mappage. And I think that's all we really need to do. All right. And this is something that if you're making any game and your game doesn't feel like thematically it's on point, sure, it's totally fine to do like a polished little demo scene just to make sure you're on track. But don't panic too much, because set dressing, which is, you should be doing it towards the end of the game, that's when everything's going to start popping. That's when everything's going to have like a personality. And right now, that's what's happening. We're having personality being added to the game. Okay, so let's add that drop shadow back. Save it and let's take a look. Good. Okay. Now that shine should not be here. It should not be on the actual circle here. So I'm just going to delete it here and here. There we go. All right. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to make the normal map. Let's see here. Yeah. The normal map, we could probably just take all of this, merge these layers together, and we're going to go to our other normal map that we're currently using for this fella. There he is. We're going to open him up in Photoshop, and we're going to take a look at this normal map here. Okay, if we paste that on top and then go ahead and create a normal map out of this image here, it's going to look horrible because Photoshop does a terrible job creating normal maps. Really, really bad job. And that's okay, because we don't need all of the elements of this image. We just need the 3D elements here, okay? So I'm just going to invert it here. Hopefully this works. First things first, I just want to see if that inversion is correct. So let's go to just save this really quick. You'll notice that it inverted incorrectly the bricks though, but don't worry, we're not going to need that. But if I go ahead and call this block bear star normal, and make sure we, Thomas, make sure you save it as a PSD, because we might want to edit it later. Hey Jude. All right. Let's throw in our normal map here. Where's our star? Oh no, look. It doesn't exist. That's so weird. So weird. We like need to re-import it or something? Yeah. That's so weird. It's not showing up. Let's make a change and then have it re-import and see what happens. Because Unity sometimes doesn't import it. Look, it's stuck at saving. Something's going on. Well, let's open up Unity and see if it re-imports properly. There it goes. Okay, so if I select that here and I go to my star, you're going to love this, guys. This is going to look so cool. So if we throw in our star, you can see that it's working, right? If I set it to 2, look at that. But there's certain things that are just wrong, okay? So the first things first, okay? We're going to kill all of the opacity with a mask here. Then I'm going to bring up another one and just create a very, very subtle opacity here. And in fact, we could probably just take the star here and put that normal map over top of it. Let's just do that, guys. There we go. So far, so good. Let's take a look. And I can, I'm going to kill those lines there. In fact, yeah. So the way you do this is, obviously, if you wanted to do this in, let's say, Substance Painter, this would be a lot better. It would turn out better. It really would. But I don't care. And what you would do with Substance Painter, the difference would be something like, well, you would do something where you create the star in 3D, and then you generate normals from that 3D star. And I don't want to do that. So let's save that here. Take a look. And then we'll add a shine to it so it looks metallic. And then we'll be good to go. Okay, so taking a while to save. I don't know why, but I guess that's okay. Open up Unity again. See, there we go. Fixed it. All right. Now we have this height map. The height map, we could probably open that up in Photoshop and just throw the star on top. And then we do a white star here. The problem is you want to make sure Unity's height map is, well, I don't know if it's Unity's fault, but you blur it a little bit, so it's just a little bit softer. So I'm just going to blur it so that we have a nice tall height map here. I'm going to call this block bear star height. We're going to save it as a PSD. Very good. Alrighty. What is the part of Twisted Tower that you feel is the trickiest? Well, there's this cool level where it's a putt-putt course. And you're running, gunning, and you're shooting enemies, but you're also playing putt-putt. And then the level flips upside down as well. And so you have to play putt-putt upside down. So it's really, really weird. That level took a long time. Okay, let's do a new height map here. There we go. So it's not, it's not perfect, but you could see just how valuable height maps are. Do you see that, guys? So I'm going to blur it a little bit more. Maybe blur one underneath it. And see if that helps us. Yeah, it does. They look 3D. And granted, they're not perfect. But they get the job done, especially from down here. Like if I'm down here and I'm looking up, looks like there's stars on the wall. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Metallic map. You guys want to do the metallic map? The metallic map, we could do potentially this. So I'm just going to call this star metallic. That may actually, we don't really want it blurred, but let's take a look and see if this works here. So the metallic map is not assigned, so we're just going to assign it here. There we go. We're going to make sure there's no smoothness. So in the smoothness, we're going to do, let's see here. The smoothness we need to put inside of the PSD of the star itself. So the smoothness map is going to be black in the alpha channel. There we go. Let's go ahead and throw that in there though and see if that fixes it. Is that better, guys? What do you think? Pretty cool. Yep. Cool, so they look 3D. Are they a little shiny? I think they're good. Maybe a little too shiny. Feels flat. Like they're made out of tin. Well, I think the normal map's a little intense for one. There we go. Maybe something like that. That's better. Yeah, you know, they might need a drop shadow. They just might need more drop shadow. So let's try that out. They just might need more drop shadow. Maybe even a bevel. Pretty intense bevel here. Soften her up. There we go. Could try that. Yeah, there we go. Not as flat now. Hey, I think it works, guys. What do you think? And you're only going to see it from far away. That's cool. Yeah. I'm going to send this to Felipe so he knows that it exists, because he's going to be doing a lot of textural set dressing. And by set dressing, I just mean he's going to add furniture and architecture and objects throughout the scene, and then also do some texture work as well. So let me send that to Felipe really quick here, guys. One sec. All right, let's see, where is he? There we go. Yeah, just making sure. Cool. Okay, so now he knows that exists. Let's go back into the scene here and see if we can add in any more lighting adjustments, okay? So let's go to back indoor, or actually, no, it's exterior. Yeah, we're worried about exterior lighting, okay? So, you know, what would be really cool to do is what would be really cool would be to have torches. And I know we already have some torches. So let's see if we can type in wall torch and see what we find. Actually, there's one right here. Okay. Let's close Pro Builder and see if we can place some of these on the wall to create some variation, right? So we could do one here. Okay. Flip it. And let's just see if this adds any sort of detailing we need. 0. All right, so that's the idea. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through this exterior, and I'm just going to place these where I feel like we really need some light. We'll probably end up making these baked though. The reason why is when you have exterior stuff, you really want to make sure that you're culling out stuff or creating LODs or baking lights so that you don't look at a huge scene and see 20 torches and they're all real time, because that's going to kill performance. So I'm probably going to end up making these real time, but that really helps, doesn't it? Do you think that helps, guys? Something like that? I feel like we need to do this. So let's go ahead and place these. And you'll notice they're much broader. We had to broaden the light a little bit because we didn't want it as harsh. Okay, let's see if we can add some torches out here too. We do 90. Let's turn on our grid so we're snapping to the grid. Okay, we could probably do one here. How about right there? And then maybe one more right here. Smack dab in the middle of these two windows. That's kind of cool. Maybe one up there as well. Yeah. So we're just creating some variation here on the walls, so it's not so weird, right? Probably bring this guy down a little bit. Good. Okay. Lee the memer says, that worker who lights each light every day is like, how? That's funny. Okay, let's see here. Let's add another torch. Maybe one over here. Okay. And is it nice and lined up here? Let's make sure we're... Good. So as we come out, we hop out, we walk along this, jump down, grapple up, walk over here. Yeah, so there's a lot more detailing being added. This is great. It looks way more alive. And so this is really going to be more of the set dressing. So I'm going to actually add this, now that I know I want this, I'm going to go ahead and just add this as a task for Felipe, because he's better at snapping things to the grid than me. I really don't want to be doing it myself because he's got a nice, clean process. So I'm going to add this to Felipe's list really quick, guys, so just hang tight for me really quick. I'm going to go to clickup.com. That's our project management tool. And we're going to go ahead and add this to his set dressing tasks so that he knows that he needs to do this. The worst thing that can happen when you're making a game is that you can't get you don't have a bird's eye view of what you need to do and what you're working on. And so you're going to be very, very confused. So let's see here. You're going to be confused as to whether you're doing see inside direction. You're going to be confused if you're falling into feature creep. So if you have a bird's eye view, you know what you have to work on. And so that's why I'm adding this to his list, because I want him to know that, hey, yes, this is due May 1st, and in a particular element that is due is add torches to all exterior walls to create more detailing and depth. Also add more star texture as framing devices to create variation. So now I'm going to assign this to Felipe, and he knows that he needs to do this. So I don't need to worry about screwing up his grid. But that's generally the idea, okay? Pretty cool. I don't think there's anything else that I need to do here lighting-wise. I think maybe the bounce pads, those would look cool if they had lights. They do. They're just not very bright. So let's go ahead and adjust this. The bounce pad lights are not super intense. That looks much cooler. So let's see, is the animation affecting the light? Okay, deactivated. I feel like if we change the range, no. Okay, so we need to make sure we're adjusting this because that's just a little too small for me. Oh my goodness, the light intensity isn't changing at all. the color changes, the intensity should not. Okay? So let's go ahead and just crank down the intensity here, and the range is a little broad, although frankly it's not that bad. Maybe something like that. What do you guys think? Warm it up a little bit. And yeah, we've got ourselves there it is deactivated, there it is activated. Looks good to me, man. All right, that's solved. Good. So now you can see these bounce pads have a cool little glow around them, and they just help light the scene even though they're bounce pads. So that's cool. What else, my friends? Gonna definitely need to add some torches to these pillars here. That's fine. Yeah. Maybe a big old torch here. There's not much that I can do here because those are really set dressing elements. Those aren't really lighting elements. You know what I mean? This scene we could definitely make it look a little bit more interesting. The way we're going to do it is we're going to, I think we should make it lit by a torch. Like a creepy balcony. This reminds me of King's Landing, right, in Game of Thrones. So let's go ahead and turn off the chandelier. Set that to 2 by 2 by 2. And let's make this torch pretty excessive in its lighting. So crank up the intensity. There we go. We have soft shadows, so that's good. I kind of like it. See what happens when you make it lower, guys? So it's not realistic because it's not coming from there, but I really like. Let's increase the range a little bit. Crank up the intensity a little bit more. Look at this. That's so much cooler. It's just a little vibrant there, but I love those shadows. So let's see here. Crank down the intensity just a tad. Yeah, that looks good to me, man. Is there any lights in here that I'm missing? Sometimes there's a point light that's hiding. No, it's just the directional light. Okay, so that's a cool looking scene. I like it. All right, we got some cool like banners hanging. I like that. Probably add a little bit more of those. Like you could do like this, Yeah, specifically wanted these made because they can add detailing to the sky and make it feel more. You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of Elden Ring. Awesome. Okay, I feel like maybe we could just do one of these. So let's kill one. Turn off this one here, and then make this one much more vibrant. Yeah, see? That's why you do that, guys. Look at that. Way more dramatic now. Right? Just adding drama. That's the goal. We could probably do it with this torch here. Yep. Probably add some torches down there, honestly. But that's a secondary path that you can take. These exteriors are brutal. They look great, but there's just so much ground to cover. All right, so in here, it's a little plain. So let's see if we can get rid of that. This we don't need. And you'll see why I'm killing lights, guys. Now it's a little bit more dramatic. You can jump in here. Maybe jump over here to this one. Don't need that. And remember, our directional light is turned on. I'm not sure there's anything we can do about it turning off inside this area in particular, as opposed to the beginning of the level. So it's a little complicated to get the exterior light turned off here, but I don't know. I really don't know if it's worth it. There's so much to do, and sometimes you have to just decide, is this really worth my time? This looks fine. It's not the craziest, scariest area. I mean, that's cool. But, I don't know. I don't think it's worth my time to go in and make sure that directional light gets turned off. Because this is what it looks like if the direction... Let me show you what it looks like. If we turn off the directional light, if we turn it off, it's much moodier. But I don't really care. You know? So... Yep, good. Okay, so far so good. Now we have this area over here. Grapple hook, put some cool banners and stuff hanging from the walls. That looks good, actually. I like this a lot. That's a beautiful, beautiful emblem. And we have some cool gates. I don't think I want to change much here, honestly. Yeah, I mean, this torch we could probably crank up a little bit, but this looks fine, actually. I really do think it looks fine. Maybe we can crank that up a little bit, increase the range, and actually turn on the shadows. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that looks cool. Kind of wish there was a roof here, but... that'll be done during the set dressing. Let's go inside here, take a look at the lighting. Okay. Honestly, it's not bad. I think I'm cool with it. Yeah. Okay. Very, very good. Honestly, pretty happy with it. No complaints. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out today. That reaches the end of the hour for our live stream today. Just remember, you can join Full-Time Game Dev, which is today's sponsor. 5 days left, 20 hours left to get 50% off and also get 2D and 3D Art Pro completely free, but only for this New Year's sale event. This could be the year that you become a game developer, and maybe some of you, just maybe, become a full-time game developer. And the way that's done is, well, I teach it in the program. Not only do you learn the technical side of making games, Unity, Godot, and Unreal, but also in the full-time game dev program, you learn how to do what Lord Grimm did here, which is find a publisher with just a demo and secure funding to go full-time. Or Chris, my buddy Chris, he's my buddy now, but he was a student. Chris at Squidshot Games raised over $170,000 on Kickstarter, and yes, it was $170,000 after I posted this. But he said, yeah, what is real life even? Thomas Brush's course works, everyone. So it really is a great course. I do believe in this course. I believe in it a lot. Otherwise, I wouldn't be selling it. 4,200 students worldwide, and it takes you all the way through the technical side of making games to the business side of how to secure publishers, how to actually reach out to publishers and get funded. So be sure to check it out below. I'll talk to you guys later. Take it easy. Cheers. Get over here. Hey, thanks for watching. By the way, if you haven't downloaded that free 2D game kit below, click below. It's my treat to you. I used this game kit to make a game for PewDiePie in 14 days, and I actually got to play it with him in front of his audience, which was really cool. This game kit is totally free. It's my treat to you, and you can use it however you want. You can make a commercial game and make $1 million off this game kit. I don't care. Or you could just use it for a hobby project. It's my treat to you. And by the way, if you haven't clicked like, that would mean a ton to me. Hit subscribe, and also, this is important, hit that notification bell. Here's why. If you get notified of when I'm live, you can watch me make my next game, and let me know in the chat what you think about the game or any ideas you have, and you might just show up. Your chat might just show up in the next video that I upload. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.